which is currently supported by most governments of the world. As I mentioned in the beginning, part of my plan is to separate away from the ungodly economies like that. The only way we can do this is if enough believers will commit themselves to joining our new economic system. My hope is that you're one of them, and that you let your family and friends and others know to do the same. However, your efforts shouldn't stop there if you're one of us. I also expect you to do whatever else you can at this time to help us take over the world and build the kingdom of God. As you know, with any large-scale endeavor, it usually takes the efforts and resources of more than just one person to bring it to pass, which is why you are required to help us. There are many things you can do to help advance our cause and achieve our goals. However, before I proceed any further, let me first mention a few things that you need to keep in mind while helping us. The most important is that whatever you do on our behalf to help us destroy the ungodly and build the kingdom of God must be legal, which means you are not allowed to break the law, overthrow the government, or use violence. For the weapons of our warfare are not the weapons of man. The reason I require strict adherence to this rule is because if we ever hope to garner public and political support for what we're doing, we need to make sure that we have maintained the highest moral ground in this war against evil. And we can't do that if we resort to doing things that squander our goodwill and give people the wrong perception of us. If there is even the remotest possibility that something you plan on doing for us may be even the slightest bit illegal, you are absolutely required to check with me first so I can stop you if it is. Another reason I want you to avoid breaking the law and using violence is because it keeps our enemies from having a legitimate reason for doing the same against us. As long as they don't have a legitimate reason for using force, any use of it by them will be viewed as unjustifiable by others, and therefore will cause people to rapidly lose respect for them, which of course will ultimately help us achieve our goals better than anything we could have possibly done ourselves to them if we had resorted to similar means. What we're really trying to do is make us look good and them look bad by the use of this strategy. The only time force is allowed to be used by you is when you are being attacked and your life is in danger and you have no other option available at the time but to protect your life, but to use self-defense in order to give us a position of strength in this war against evil. We are building an army that all able-bodied believers in God are required to join. The name of my army is the Armageddon Task Force, the ATF. The Army's core consists of the priest, the Catholic priests, whose primary responsibility is to trumpet the good news that Jesus Christ has returned. I have chosen them to be the central pillar of my army because they have devoted their lives to being a priest, and I am truly thankful for the service they have given to the church and mankind. They will be forever remembered for what they have done to help feed and shepherd my flock. In appreciation of their service, I'm going to name from among them 144,000 to be the first fruits of the redeemed. These fortunate individuals spoken of in the book of Revelation will have the honored privilege of trumpeting the good news wherever I go that I am here, which of course means that only those that believe that I am Jesus Christ will be chosen for this very special role. If you hope to be one of them, I need to hear you say you believe me, that you believe that I am the vessel through whom God will make his presence known to all, and that you believe that I am the way, the truth, and the life, the gate through whom all must enter who wish to be in the kingdom of God. Although my plan is to choose only 144,000 of you to stand with me as I take my rightful place as the King of the world, I still expect the rest of you as ambassadors for Christ to do your part in persuading others to join us. In fact, every true believer, as a dedicated soldier in my army, has the same duty as the 144,000 priests, in that you are also commanded to keep proclaiming the news that I am here. And you are to keep doing it day and night as I execute righteousness and judgment in the earth. I want you to also help me and occupy every key area of the world
that we have chosen to be part of the kingdom of God.
Part of my army has already begun infiltrating every group that we have marked for destruction. Their assignment is to destroy groups from within. I want every believer that joins us in the kingdom of God
who is currently in a group that we have targeted for destruction to help us destroy it from within before they leave by spreading internal dissension and division among its members. This includes convincing the others not to be aggressive, which will make it a lot easier in defeating them. Providing us with intelligence on their vulnerabilities will also make it easier. The final thing you should do before leaving, if you happen to be one of these believers, is work on convincing as many of the others as possible to join us.